My first case ever in true crime
It wasn't your first case. You're not a detective, and you haven't done any cases.
was poor little Maddie McCann, lost. I prefer to say vanished. Vanished.
Kidnapped.
One of the biggest mysteries ever.
Does it count as kidnapped if your parents murder you?
Yeah, really. They're still looking for her. But the thing is, the Portuguese police, they released all their files for us to investigate ourselves.
Like the Epstein files.
Being like true crime junkies, we wanted to investigate this ourselves. What really happened to her, right? And it got released, and you can find it in about 10 different places around the world. You can find it. But it's not the actual English version. It's people have volunteered to translate it.
Five points for anyone in chat who can tell me why this is the most fucking unbelievable thing that Alan has just done on his TikTok. It's one of his most latest videos. It's 4 days ago. 5 points in chat why anyone can tell me why I'm so fucking shocked that he's just said that. Anyone? Anyone here where I'm on with this? Anyone remember your Alan bingo card? Does anyone have an Alan bingo card that they want to check? This is Lizzie Taylor. Lizzie and the Google Grannies. This is Lizzie and the Google Grannies. Lizzie Taylor, I think her name was. She and her Facebook group, they made a direct translation of the Portuguese files to English. They had to do it themselves. They didn't use... It was back in the day. I don't think they used Google Translate or anything. They worked on it, created a document, and they made the document available free so that people could use it to help find the truth to Madeleine, on the proviso that it wasn't used in any commercial work. So it's one of those where it's like free to share, but you can't make money off it. You're not allowed to, it's got the copyright on the Creative Commons. You're not allowed to use it in your creative work. And what Alan did... Do you remember? Alan took all of their work from the Facebook group and made all of his streams with it, and then they got really mad, and since that day they've launched a vendetta against him. She's added up every penny that he made. She thinks that he owes it to, I don't know, karma to give that money back somewhere. I'm paraphrasing her, she hasn't said that. She's added up every penny he's fucking made. She's counted every patron, every super chat. She's gone on and on about it. All the different things Alan has done since then. He's done a load of other different things that are bad. He's been caught nonsense with kids on Smule. He's he's been sued by the Rusick family for defamation, the family of the sad murder victim in the Chris Watts case. He's done a series of other things that are really bad. Lizzie don't give a fuck about any of those things. If you get her on a stream or on a phone call or on a conversation and bring up Alan, she would immediately go back to this fucking Madeleine McCann shit and how they worked on this stuff in the Facebook group and they published it and Alan stole it and they shouldn't have done it and it wasn't for commercial use, and that's her beef with him, and she's got every fucking receipt, and it's like I said, she did a stream, all this stuff would happen. He got banned on YouTube. He got banned off YouTube. The next day she did a stream about the Madeleine McCann stuff. So she fucking stuck on this thing, yeah? She never fucking stopped. She's stuck on it. Fair enough, that's her thing. Yeah? That's fine for her to have her thing. Right? Alan stole it off her. She got a cob on. She never let it go. Right? That's gone away, really, insofar as we don't talk about it as much. She wouldn't, if you're at the bus and she sits down next to you, I'm sure she's talking about it now. I'm sure she's somewhere now talking about it, yeah? But the rest of everyone else on YouTube isn't, and nor is she on YouTube, because you can't keep coming on stream and doing the same thing again and again unless you're Alan, yeah? And, so, it's now 2026, sort of that's calmed down a bit, I guess. It's sort of gone away a bit. This is one of Alan's first early indiscretions on the streets of YouTube that he's never been able to live down, because this woman has dogged him with it since he's done it. It's her prerogative. So for him to sit here and say,
and there are some like true crime junkies. We wanted to investigate this ourselves. What really happened to her, right? And it got released, and you can find it in about 10 different places around the world. You can find it, but it's not the actual English version. It's people have.
No, it wasn't, was it? So you couldn't use it for your fucking stupid streams, could you? You needed someone to do a load of work on it, didn't you? And who came along? Who walked into your life? Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, and presented you with someone else's work, which you just took. Alan doesn't even. I couldn't explain to him plagiarism and the ethics of which. He couldn't understand the word. Alan, you stole it all.
Volunteered to translate it.
They volunteered and you stole it all. And it's 2026 and you're saying this and you know. And we all know. And Lizzie will never let you forget it. Has Lizzie done something that, like, you know, would you rather send her a birthday card or something? Is it her birthday? Is this for her specifically, or is it just... Honestly, I think this is. It's almost like a narcissist who's desperate to get somebody that used to give him attention to mention him again.
And there are some errors and, you know, interpretations of it, put it that way.
Errors? There's errors? Interpretations. That makes me think that he fucked it up on his streams and read it wrong.
I thought...
Shitting on it after all this time as well.
It got released. And
God.
You can find it in about 10 different places around the world. You can find it, but it's not the actual English version. It's people have volunteered to translate it, and there are some errors and, you know, interpretations of it, put it that way. And I thought, what we need, us people, the parents have got it translated into English. They're the only ones. I am going to translate it English for all the world. I'm going to translate it perfectly.
You put it in ChatGPT and it's going to translate it, and it's going to be the same as all the other fucking translations, bar a few words here and there, isn't it? And Alan won't be able to cross-check it because he doesn't speak Portuguese. So he won't know if it's a good translation or not, will he? The most disgusting grift. 2026, and I'm going to take public documents that have already been translated 15 or so times, he tells us. Public documents, put them through ChatGPT and try and fucking sell them back to you without any way of cross-referencing whether they're correct or not. Oh my God.
Because since 2007 and 8, 20 years ago, translation tools have changed. I can translate it perfectly.
Yeah, so you've got Google Translate and ChatGPT, but you can't check it, can you? How do you know it's perfect? I can translate it perfectly. Like, Alan, everyone else can use a computer too, marginally better than you. Your entire concept now is that you're a man who can use the computer slightly better than people who are really bad at using computer. So you need to find people who are really bad at using computer and try and confuse them and confuddle them. So he stood outside the shop that sells lighters, and someone needs a lighter for their cigarette. He said, "Oh, I've got a magic fire. I can do you a magic fire. Ooh, Kalik away. The fire can do. I'll charge you 10 pence a go for the magic fire." And you say, "Oh, that's a lighter, mate. I can just buy them in that shop." He's like, No, it's a magic fire. It's a magic fire. You don't know, it's a lighter. I can just buy them in that shop. I've got very magic. I can do the translate. Yeah. It's just ChatGPT. I can go on the internet and do it myself. What are you doing?
And get the symbolism of what's being said. That's what I'm going to do on a thing called Patreon. I own Patreon channel. Armchair Detective Patreon.
You have to pay for it.
Tomorrow night and every Thursday, I will be translating the Portuguese files into faithful English translation. It's a project. There's over 2,000 pages, right? So we're going to do 10 tomorrow. to see what you think. So all you've seen so far online is this file, that file. There's summaries, headlines, arguments, opinions, versions of events told and retold.
He's now reading ChatGPT directly.
So it's hard to remember what the original record was. But the original record exists from Portugal. The Portuguese judiciary.
How can he be dyslexic and also consistently read when he needs to read? I think he's a liar.
Secretly was lifted, and thousands of pages from the PJ files were released to us.
Why are you doing the Epstein files?
The parents had a
Might be in them. He might be in them.
Professional one.
In the photos.
Most people know comes from the fragmented media summaries and narratives built.
I can't listen to him reading ChatGPT. It sounds like someone reading ChatGPT.
Later, that's no good. There's a gap in this case that I'm going to fill for you. It's not easy. It's going to take me a year.
It's a year's worth of content that I can get them to pay for. There's my year's grift. That's it. I'll just do this on Patreon. That's a grift and that's it done. A year's worth of content sorted. Lazy as fuck.
Do you want to come with me? And I'm doing it on a study group on my Patreon channel.
No, we've all seen all the files translated into English fucking years ago because Lizzie Taylor and all her friends worked really hard on them and put them in the public domain so everyone could share it and try and find the truth for Madeline. There's no need for this at all. Several years later, and I mean several years later, you've managed to supersede her work by using ChatGPT to translate Portuguese. You can't even speak Portuguese. Oosh. We do have to laugh because this guy's a Burke. Like there is still content in there somewhere for Battery Exhausted, but I don't know how much I care. What did you do? Patron. Armchair. Maddie McCann's study group begins this Thursday, 7:30. I heard someone say, I don't know. I heard someone say he was going to try and do a book again. Obviously, he's thought ChatGPT could write him a book. And that somebody might be thick enough to buy it. Like, to be fair, getting 400 views on Rumble, who the fuck is watching that? Like, how are people? I despair for the world. How are people this dumb? You know, who is watching this? What's the point? Give it up. Just turn it in. Let somebody else make your decisions for you at this point. And if you share his opinions, worry about it. If he shares yours, worry about it. Horrible advert. Oh, it's actually not horrible.
Buy now with up to 12 months to pay.
Rumble have gone up in the world, haven't they? Usually
Rumble
it's a
Wallet
horrible
just
cheap
changed
ad.
the
Oh no,
creator
here we go.
economy.
Kind of a game changer. It's big news.
Tip your favorite creators in crypto.
Oh look, Marty, you could. Oh, he hasn't even got his glasses on properly.
Hasta la vista. Hello. Tell me when you.
Now we've got the AI green screen background, haven't we? Look, AI green screen background, make him look even more professional. Look, there's a magnifying glass and a desk. You've never even been in a room that looks like that, Alan. I was educated in one. You've never even been in a room like that.
Can't see me. First one to see me gets a medal.
Can you still doing this? He's still doing this. Can you see me bullshit? He's still doing it.
There.
Begging for the people to talk in his chat. Just begging for it.
Now, if you're watching this tomorrow, I'm sorry. It's just that it's the live study group, and I have to wait for them to come in. So bear with me, or just scroll on.
Are these new people he's talking to? Are they thick enough to sign up? Nah.
Until I start the show, if you want. It's a bit difficult. I can't really start until I know that somebody's
Why don't you just start?
seen me.
Or do something to fill the time before you start. Like plan something that you... Because you always do this, you said. You do it every show, and it's been, what, several years? So why don't you just plan something? It ruins your own content. As you said, you know it. People will click... Like, I've tuned in. I've ridiculed it. You know full well this looks stupid. So why would you do it?
And they will tell me. Oh, yeah, they'll tell me.
Never learns.
Lovely background.
He's commenting on it. It's a shit background. You look like a wanker. You look like a wanker.
Level translation. Okay. Yeah. So, the Madeleine McCann case, you probably know it. Most people do, in Great Britain at least. And I'm going to take on the mammoth task of translating the Polícia do Sítio investigation files from Portugal. Detective Gonzalo Amaral, the lead investigator, all the way back in 2007. Hello, voice Pam, thank you. Got a few in, that's good. Now, I don't need to know about me. I'm the armchair detective. I started off on Facebook.
Oh, he's going to talk about you. You're going to talk about you. Brilliant. That's what I thought we were here for Madeline. Listen, he couldn't even say Goncalo Amaral's name right. I probably can't. He couldn't even have a stab at it. And he says he's going to take on the mammoth task of translating it. He's going to do no such thing. He's going to copy and paste it into ChatGPT and read it out. And it won't be as good, most likely, as the one that a human being worked on all those years ago as part of a team, because there's nuance to the language. So does this word really mean this, or are they trying to say that? If you've got humans working on it, just don't even. Like the ChatGPT is going to scrape the stuff it finds on the internet. So it's going to find Lizzie's work and the work they did, scrape that and feed it back to you, Alan. So that's where they're going to get it from anyway. Oh my God. Wait. Let's hear about Alan.
This is my first case.
It's not your first case. You don't have any cases. You're not a fucking... You're not... Again, you're not a detective.
And I started off by commenting under other groups, like, I've got become this. Can you come and help us? You seem to know a lot about the case. So I started helping certain groups, and
he was shamelessly self-promoting himself in Facebook groups and stealing their content.
That didn't work out well.
Didn't work out well, no.
I'm an individual. Really.
So he remembers all about Lizzie, and he remembers all about it. He just doesn't want to say it because he knows exactly what he's doing here on his little shitty rumble.
I can't really work with anyone.
Can't really work with anyone, no, because no one will work with you because you're a horrible, horrible person who did defamation on the people who suffered the murder victim family. You did defamation on. You're a horrible person. You stole, you plagiarised, nasty. You were in swimming with the kids. There's videos of him on that app, in the rooms with the kids on the app. It's not very nice. Like, yeah, no one will work with you. Also, you can't work with anyone because you're banned off YouTube.
Print it, because I was advised that they won't let you print a book. So I never print it. I've got it. I have it.
You have a book? You mean you've got all of their work and you were going to just publish it under your name?
So my knowledge of the case is brutal, but it's old. It's 20 years nearly. So my knowledge is extensive, but I've forgotten more than most people know. I've been on radio.
You actually have forgotten more than most people know. So you don't know much.
Coast to coast in America talking about it, and most people
you have not been coast to coast to America talking about it. You went on holiday to America once when you were younger, right? And that doesn't mean that you've been on holiday on a tour talking about Madeleine McCann. You might have been on holiday again since the Madeleine McCann thing. You didn't go coast to coast. You didn't go there on a tour. You may have talked about it while you were in America once. That may have happened. I don't think it did, actually, even then. I don't even think that happened. But why is he trying to convince people that he's been coast to coast to America giving talks when he hasn't?
This case. In the early days.
No, you didn't.
And then as time goes on, the Portuguese released their files because they were frustrated they couldn't get an answer. They took them, they sort of arrested them, made them arguigos, persons of interest, and they accused them of being involved.
They sort of arrested them.
In the disappearance. I call it the vanishing. So
he knows all about this case. They sort of arrested them.
I call this is the Madeleine McCann lost in translation. So I think most of the story has been lost in translation in these files. I'm going to do all 2,000 pages. Now the original ones were done by, a lot of it was done by
I promise you, he will not do all 2,000 pages. He'll get tired of this after about 5 minutes when it doesn't pay off.
Volunteers. So the official files are widely available all over the world. But the parents spent a lot of money doing a proper English translation.
Yeah, it cost a lot of money to do their translation that's available all over the world. Yeah, but they did it for free as volunteers. And they did it as long as you didn't make financial profit off it and you're allowed to use it. Yeah. But you doing what you're doing now, selling it as part of your Patreon package, is exactly what you're not supposed to be doing with it. So now Alan's like, yeah, well, I don't need your translation. I'm going to do my own. So now, after all these years, I can do my own. I don't need you anymore, Lizzie. It doesn't matter anymore, Alan. You're still doing it. You're still doing it, as I explained, unless you're doing it through Google Translate, which isn't going to be particularly accurate compared to actual human beings poring over the documents. If you're doing it through Google Translate, that's one thing. But if you're doing it through ChatGPT, it's scraping their work anyway. You just don't understand it. Really, ethically, completely bereft. But like, you're a husk of a person now. You're like the shell of yourself.
But they didn't share it with us. So certain groups made their own files.
They did share it with you, Alan. No, sorry. The certain groups made their own file. Sorry, he meant the family then didn't share it with us. Certain groups, Lizzie's group, the Madeleine McCann Facebook group that you know full well you're talking about.
Of course, widely available all over the world.
This is so messed up in the head. As he says, this is all like 20 years down the line now. He can't let it go. The narcissist was shamed publicly by Lizzie. So Lizzie must be brought to account. And as part of it, he must show her that he doesn't need her anymore and that he's got his own translation now and hers is useless. So take that, Lizzie. Now your work's useless 20 years down the line. So it's not worth anything anyway, is it? So one in the eye for Lizzie. I get to make loads of monies. Except you're not going to make any monies. Like, I mean, if anyone's thick enough to watch this, to think there's any value in this, good luck. You know, take their monies. That's what you're doing. You're grifting the thick. That's what grifters do.
But the parents spent a lot of money doing a proper English translation. But they didn't share it with us. So certain groups made their own files. But of course, everybody's making their own interpretations of it. I'm not going to do that. No. Right?
No,
so
you can't because you don't speak Portuguese. So whatever the translator tool tells you it is. What if it tells you like it's wrong and it says in the translation in the Portuguese it said like Madeline was thrown in the sea, and then the translator has different words for sea. It could be surf, it could be waves, it could be shallows, and it comes up with was thrown in the bay or something, yeah. And it's not exactly the same because it's not a direct translation for the word in Portuguese that means like rocky wave, cresty pool or something. So they translate to the word sea because it's translator, and then Alan checks it and goes, oh, it must mean sea because I don't know what the fuck the Portuguese means, so I can't tell you. Whereas a real human being that understands Portuguese would look at the word and say, oh, there isn't a direct translation here. Usually you'd put sea, but they don't mean sea. They mean this coast in the cave in the bay because this is what they're talking about in context. So I'm going to put it as what it means. And that's why a human translator, a volunteer even back in the day, like Lizzie's group, would have done a better job overall in context. Nowadays, with the AI and with all that, it can scrape their exact translations. So if you ask it to translate, if you ask ChatGPT to do it, it's not going to translate it word by word as like you could tell it to and ask it to and specifically make it. What's more likely is it's going to go on the internet, find the Madeleine McCann files that are already translated, and just copy and paste them in for you so that it can give you the fucking what you're asking for. And even then, it might make mistakes. It might hallucinate. It might do things that are wrong. And if it does, you need to be able to check against the original Portuguese document and know that you're getting it right. And Alan won't be able to do that at all. So he's got no quality control whatsoever. He's entirely reliant on whatever ChatGPT / Google Translate, whichever one he's using, or my best guess, whichever one someone else has used and put up on the internet already. Like someone's probably already done this job of running it through a translator thing and putting it on the internet, and he's found that and using it. Maybe it's that. But since he's so high on ChatGPT's fumes at the moment, my guess is he's put it in ChatGPT, page by page, like some nutter.
This document is the final.
You could ask ChatGPT to write you the first 5 pages and it would try and do a good job of it, and it would make it up based on what it can scrape off the internet. And it might not be right, but it would still give you an answer. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Locked master copy of batch 1. It will contain the complete faithful English translation of volume 1, page 67 to 76 of the investigative files compiled directly from the published translations in this project.
What? Compiled directly from the public translations? So you're not going to translate it then? This is going on battery exhausted. I'm not having it. I'm not supposed to be doing any drama this year. This is true crime, I know. This is exactly what I just said. ChatGPT is looking at the existing public translations and giving you a compilation. It might not even be right. It might not even be, it's an amalgamation. It's scraping it from the internet and regurgitating it back to you because you're asking it to. It's not translating the original work. So it's giving you Lizzie's fucking translation. You're not translating it. You said the whole point of this whole project was come and join me in Patreon, where I will be translating the work page by page, doing the work, and then I'm giving you a better translation than already exists publicly. And then at the first fucking opportunity, ChatGPT explains to him the process, which is that it's just going to fucking read what's public and take 3 or 4 versions and mash them together and give you that. So it's going to be worse, Alan. This is the most... Why would you read that out? It's just as bad as on his Patreon. He's got one where he's put the copy and paste instructions from ChatGPT. I kid you not. Like, this is ChatGPT. Look, it's got bold on it, and it's got these hyphens, which are, this is written entirely by ChatGPT. This thing. None of this is Alan. Like, you can see it. It's obvious. Yeah? There, look. Here's a clean, strong Patreon description that matches the tone of the episode and encourages people to watch all the way through without hype or risk. You can paste this straight in. This episode is about patterns, not accusations. Good job, Alan. Good job. You can work copy and paste and do that. And that's the Liam case stuff as well. So, getting your own ideas, or are you on ChatGPT for the Liam case? Are you just a puppet of the right wing? Are you just a puppet of the masters, of the elites? You will just say whatever ChatGPT tells you to say. And he read it out in this. This is supposed to be your bloody work, Alan, isn't it? It's not your work. It's ChatGPT, and ChatGPT's taking it from the public files that already exist. So you're offering nothing for money. You offer nothing. You offer an amalgamation of what already exists that's worse for money.
This document is the final locked master copy of batch 1. It will contain the complete faithful English translation of volume 1, page 67 to 76 of the investigative files compiled directly from the published translations in this project. So we're reading it in Portuguese. I now have bought all the tools necessary.
What? You're not reading it in Portuguese. ChatGPT is going to take all the public translations that already exist, and it's going to give you a spit out of them mashed together. I don't know about you paying for the tools. It's free.
To translate it. 20 years ago, I'd have had to get a team of like 50 people in
Yes, that's what Lizzie did, isn't it? On the Facebook group.
a room for 6 months and
Not in a room, but on the internet.
translate it and pay them with varying degrees of success. Now, with the advent
Those people's translations are what you're going to use as the basis for yours.
of artificial intelligence, I can do it all myself.
You're not going to do it all yourself. Artificial intelligence isn't going to do it. It's not going to take all the Portuguese and retranslate it. You just read it out. It's going to take those 5 or 6 documents that exist online and just push them together into one big slot mess.
But I don't want to do it all in one go.
You can't do it all in one go because you haven't got enough ChatGPT credits because it's free and then it runs out after a bit of the day. So you can't do it all in one go.
Because there'll be loads of mistakes.
There won't be loads of mistakes. Well, there will. It's going to make mistakes, yes, because you're forcing it through a meat grinder. You're taking several different translations and forcing them through the ChatGPT meat grinder. It will make mistakes over the process. I think it will.
Doing it a few pages at a time, and you're going to do it with me. You
They're not going to do anything with you.
are the study group for this. And I don't care if nobody's interested or nobody hears me, because at the end of it,
I will be able to prove to Lizzie that I don't need her anymore and her stupid translations. Except everything you're doing now is going to be built upon them.
I will translate all the important, but not all 2,000. Most of them, a lot of them are no good. I'll translate all the ones that are important to the case. And then for all time, after my death, it will be there for the British and the world to read it as it's supposed to be read, not interpreted by people with vested interests, pro-McCann, anti-McCann. No, I'm doing it as a project.
Would you stop saying that? Because the work is going to be based on the human work that was already unpublished. Like, would you stop pretending that ChatGPT is about to translate it? It's not Google Translate. I'm having to repeat myself now, Alan, because you keep repeating it. Stop repeating it. It's a lie. It's a flat, outright lie. There is no work going into doing any translation here.
Like rewriting the Dead Sea Scrolls.
No.
Like that, you know?
No
side on it. I've got no, as you know, I'm down the middle of everything.
You're not. You're crooked.
I'm on the side of the truth, not on the side
No, you're a liar.
of biased. Okay?
Why is it jumping around? Is that my computer that's done that? I'm going to reload it to see if it will not be out of sync, but it might be him that's like, oh, there we go.
About our creative partners, we care.
There we go. Discovered Jesus when he got found out for being an SA offender. Two of the same video in a row.
Partners, we care about our advertisers.
Get off.
Okay.
S offender.
I'm not going to be biased.
Oh no, it's Alan. Alan's out of sync. So 2026.
So, are you ready? I guess you are.
Settle down. Let's dig
I'm
in.
gonna tell you some more stuff first. Portuguese case files.
Why are you doing this, Alan? Like, you're not ruining your own life. You're going to waste your time in the little time you have left in your life sitting online reading out ChatGPT to an audience of nil for what? Some grift money to play poker with? Like, are you that addicted to whatever this is? The filters are working hard as well, aren't they?
I've been working on this for days, right?
The filter's the only thing that are fucking working.
But I need to fill you in. Really, I know I've done it, don't I? I really do. 1 second while I
You've
find
not been
it.
working on it for days. You can't work on it. There's nothing to work on. You copy and paste a page into the thing. Well, no, you copy and paste the whole document. And ChatGPT said we can't deliver the whole document. You know, did 5 pages. There you go. Like, there's nothing to work on.
What we are doing. So why this project exists and why it can happen now in 2026 after all these years.
Yeah.
For nearly 2 decades, the case existed in a strange place. This is one of the most discussed cases of modern history. And yet very few people have access to the actual investigative record.
No, everybody has access to the investigative record because it's public and it was published in Portuguese, which was difficult, but then people like Lizzie and her friends translated it into English and put it on the internet so everybody could look at it. And they've been looking at it, the translated versions, for 20 years. And ChatGPT has now looked at it and given you an approximation of what it says. Which you're trying to sell for money on your Patreon. Like, have you ever heard about anything more money for old rope in your life? But then Alan is the master of money for old rope, isn't it? Like, if you like old rope, you can have a painting he made. That's my thumbnail there. That's his face. Look at his little face. I'm going to change the word archival translation project to arsehole.
After the Portuguese secrecy was lifted, thousands of pages from the PJ investigation files became available to authorities throughout the world and as an actual investigative record and researchers. But there was a divide. The parents commissioned a full professional translation of the Portuguese files for their own legal use. That translation is detailed, complete, and expensive and thorough, right? They've got it. They've never shared it. The wider public, me and you, never received the same. What you know about the files, even if you're an expert, comes from summaries, reporting, commentary, narratives built around selected fragments, not from the documents themselves.
Well, unless you speak unless you speak Portuguese, that's always going to be the case. Well, not fragments and discussions, but like you can read the translations and trust them, yeah. But unless you speak Portuguese, you can't read the original documents. I get that, but Alan's been one of the people that's been doing all the fragments and the discussions and the he's never been going off the. Because he tried to go off the case files and Lizzie was straight on him. You're trying to make money out of the case files and we've done them and they're public and you're not supposed to make money out of them. So he's done that a bit, but otherwise it's been all fucking whispers and bullshit, hasn't it? Like, he's the worst of it. And what he's about to tell you is now you've got finally something you can trust. But it's just ChatGPT is telling him what he wants to hear, what he thinks he wants to say. But the truth is that it's just the exact same documents as we've had for 20 years. I have to keep repeating myself, I'm sorry, but regurgitated through ChatGPT. This is madness. Like, it's madness, guys. You know, this is real. Like, he said it out loud on his own stream, and this is where I say, like, the people that fall into the trap here, it's at some point I feel like there's no point in trying to. I mean, there are possibly innocents, so maybe they need saving, but you know, they're walking out. I've told them, don't lick the electric sockets. You know, don't lick. I shouldn't have to tell them not to lick the electric sockets. They should know. When this man tells you outright, my content is an amalgamation of all of the different translations that's happened. I'm using ChatGPT, and I wouldn't have been able to do this before, but now I'm using ChatGPT. If you can't work out what's happening and see why it's just shoddy, then what?
There's a sore throat coming.
Then what?
Welcome to the Madden McCann Study Group. What we are doing.
He thinks he knows this off the back of his hand. He thinks it's easy money. But on top of that, what's happening with Alan here is it's his bitter vendetta with Lizzie. A narcissist doesn't like to be exposed, you know? It's his vendetta with Lizzie. It's all this time Lizzie's had his arse because he used her content that her and her friends translated. And now he thinks he can go one in her eye. Once he's done this, it's free money all year round because he can do a year's worth of bullshit. He can talk, he don't even have to do any research. It's like, why do any work when I can talk about something I already know about, you know? So he thinks he's got that in the bag. He just thinks it's the easy gravy train. And on top of it all, he can do one in the eye for Lizzie. I don't think Alan's got like a real analytical interest in things. This was always, he always plagiarised this. Have that, Lizzie, we don't need you anymore. And the irony of it all is that he admits in the video that all of the work that he's going to do from ChatGPT, and all of the work in the future that ChatGPT does, is based on, it doesn't translate the Portuguese, it takes what Lizzie Taylor's team have done and gives it back to you. Possibly through a meat grinder that fucks it up in some way.
I don't think she'll ever be found, do you? It's 20 years, you know. She'll be like getting on for 30. This project exists to address that gap. Allow the documents to be read as they were written. Why is it possible now? It couldn't have been done 10 years ago.
It was done.
We're talking about thousands of dense legal procedures.
Alan, it was done 10 years ago. You're using a conglomeration of those documents to read from now.
Pages, not just translation.
Alan's entire show is trying to gaslight people that the thing he said at the start isn't the case.
But consistently version control, archiving, public releases. That kind of work regards large legal teams, a hell of a lot of funding, and years of time. Now, I can tell you a similar thing, right? I was a DJ. I started off with a massive van, loading it all up into it like someone's wedding, and loading it all out again.
This is not the equivalent of that, Alan. Trying to find an equivalence of music would be if 20 years ago a group of people had made a piece of music and put it online for free, and you tried to sell it and put it under your fucking record, pretend that you'd done it and like sell it, and they said, no, it's, you know, we put that out there for free. Didn't Guy Oak put somebody that I used to know out for free? It's like you pretending that you did that, and then years down the line, ChatGPT can help you make a track that's similar, using that as the original, using that free stuff as the original, and you're like, yeah, I've done my own now. That's what it's like.
Now I've got every song on my mobile phone. If I was a DJ now, all I need is my mobile phone.
Alan, you haven't got every song on your mobile phone. You've got the internet on your mobile phone, and that's got the songs on it. You've got a limited number of songs that you own on iTunes, and if you tried to DJ from your phone, you would fumble because what you'll be doing is just putting one song on after the other. And if that's what you think DJing is,
A little mixing desk and a few lights. That's the difference.
no,
Seismic,
again,
like-
you wouldn't have a mixing desk. That would be on your phone. Still doesn't get it.
like the difference between a phone box and a mobile phone. That's how it's come on in the 20 years, and that's why I can do it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. How's anybody excited?
The difference between a phone box and a mobile phone is very minimal. I think I know what he means. A smartphone's a computer. The phone technology between a phone box and a mobile phone it's exactly the same thing. One of them's connected to the ground and the other one you can walk around with. But otherwise it fulfills exactly the same function. You talk to the people down the phone. It's not come along that much of a distance, has it? The phone is static, the phone is moving. Well, I can imagine that in the future the phone, you'll be able to move around, it won't be plugged into the wall. Well, I can imagine that quite easily. Whereas the difference between back in the day when people had to physically translate things, and they still had the internet, it's just that they didn't have Google Translate. You had to actually go through the work, yeah? So then put it on the internet. Between now, where ChatGPT can scrape everything off the internet and give you a regurgitation, oh yeah, we've come a long way there. And it's hard to imagine 20 years ago you would say you'll just press a button and the computer will do it all for you. You could imagine it though, couldn't you? You could imagine it. But Alan's analogies are just so wrong as well, because I don't think he fully understands what he's talking about on any level.
About translating a load of files. I am. Because I want you to know what was really said.
You're not translating any files, you said at the start. ChatGPT is reading the existing translations and giving you a collaboration of them.
And then when you know what's really said, then you can make a judgment, can't you? I won't live forever. This will. That's my legacy, I think.
That's this is your legacy. You've got kids. Your daughter's your legacy. Your son's your legacy. This is you fucking your life up on YouTube. That's what this is. You're not on YouTube, you're on Rumble. This is you pissing your time away, ruining the true legacy. This is you're destroying your true legacy by being a liar on the internet. That's your legacy. Oh, what are you on? What are you on? That's what he said to me, isn't it? What are you on? No, he said it to people who like me or something. What are you on? You I mean, come on. This is my legacy. Fucking hell. Wow. Wow. He thinks I said bad things about his daughter, which I didn't. I just said I'd take her out for a nice dinner, and I imagine she had a very tough time with this man. And I didn't say it to her because she doesn't watch my show. You know, someone brought her up in chat pretending to be her, and I was like, she's not here. And if she was, I would tell her that her dad's been a bad chuffer, and I completely understand that he's been a bad chuffer. And Scotty Hot will take her for a nice dinner and make everything better. And there's nothing wrong with that, thank you. Alan's just said on the internet that his legacy is this shit. He's got kids and grandkids.
That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm pathetic, I know. So, only how many people have full access to the real files? Advances in technology has changed that. By replacing human judgment, we're going to make it a lot easier to do. I can now work methodically, preserve structure and language, release in controlled batches.
Sometimes he does what he just did, which is he reads what he was written down and he doesn't like it and he's like, I'm not saying that, so he just makes it up instead. So I don't know what it said there, but maybe it was going to blow the cover again.
Lock in and archive each stage and allow public to study.
His new YouTube channel has been deleted, it's been terminated, it's gone, yeah. Absolutely, after a day. As soon as we found it, I want to take all the credit because I think it's funny to disrespect people who want to take the credit themselves. Obviously people like Martin and the good people, you know, let them take the credit, yeah. Like when I took Alan off the internet, which I'm taking credit for, I wanted to spread the credit around, give it to everyone, but not genetic code. So I imagine lots of people reported it, and I bet they think they did it, but they didn't. I did it, so shut up.
Without narrative pressure or certain members of my staff being tired or in a bad mood, it's just going to be the same every Thursday.
What are you on about?
This is going to be great. For the first time, the public can engage with the record at a level previously reserved for the parents' legal team.
Alan, you don't have any staff. You don't have any staff. You had some women that you were forcing to do work for you.
Placing human judgment, we're going to make it a lot easier to do. I can now work methodically, preserve structure and language, release in controlled batches, lock in and archive each stage, and allow public to study without narrative pressure or certain members of my staff being tired or in a bad mood. It's just going to be the same every Thursday.
What? ChatGPT doesn't know the truth and reality of who you are. Like, if you ask ChatGPT to say, what am I like? It would say, well, you're this and that, but I don't really know, do I? Because it's what you tell me. Like, if you spend all day on ChatGPT going, I'm such... If I told ChatGPT I was like a massive fucking strongman and I need to do the deadlift competition at the world's deadlift competition and I'm building up to a big deadlift, then it would say, oh, you're a big deadlifter and you're in the top echelons of deadlifting and at your level you need to do this, this and this. And he's told it that he's like a proper content creator and he's got people who watch him and it's that. And it's saying, if you're doing a proper show, you'll be able to archive and investigate. And, it's taking him for his word that he's doing... He is what he says. So it's giving him these answers back. But he's not going to do any of these things. ChatGPT's just got him confused because he's a liar to ChatGPT. Even in the cold light of whatever this is, he can't admit to ChatGPT the truth. So he's not going to get the truth back. So it's going to leave him hanging. Like, he's going to look even more stupid trying to do this. It's going to treat him like he's a grown-up, and he's not. This
is going to be great. For the first time, the public can engage with the record at a level previously reserved for the parents' legal team. And I'm not taking any sides, I just want you to know what they know. So how does it work here on Patreon? Each batch is translated, indexed, archived, fixed, then released to you, and then logged in my files forever. This is the first batch. I don't know how many batches are going to be. Obviously, I'm doing 10 pages today. As time goes on and we get used to it, I'll do 50 pages. But at the moment, I'm doing 10 until we grow.
This will not grow, therefore... I've skipped on. That's annoying because I was listening to him talk shit. This will not grow, therefore he will give it up. He always
After
does.
Lunch,
always does.
so same
as his paintings, same as anything.
A private commissioning that doesn't end discussion. It's focused on the documents and allow public to study without narrative pressure or certain members of my staff being tired or in a bad mood. It's just going to be the same every Thursday. This is going to be great. For the first time, the public can engage with the record at a level previously reserved for the parents' legal team. And I'm not taking any sides, I just want you to know what they know. So how does it work here on Patreon? Each batch is translated, indexed, archived, fixed, then released to you, and then logged in my files forever. This is the first batch. I don't know how many batches are going to be. Obviously, I'm doing 10 pages today. As time goes on and we get used to it, I'll do 50 pages. But at the moment, I'm doing 10 until we grow. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
So alongside...
I sometimes do tell my friends about what a burk you are.
This translation, this is our private study group where you can talk to each other in chat and not know that trolls are going to come and say something or you're being seen on a public forum.
I don't care about trolling the people in his chat. I think they are very, very subpar intelligence to the point where they deserve pity. But I think that level of subpar intelligence has led to them doing some quite nasty things. So I don't think I pity them at all.
This is a private forum, a place for careful reading, wording, sequence, timing, repetition, absence. Strict rules are going to exist for a reason. To keep the focus on the documents themselves, like I say, every Thursday. Slow enough to be accurate, consistent enough to build a complete record. This project isn't about telling everyone what to think, it's about restoring access to what we never had. For the first time, when I finished it, you better read the whole thing online. Don't need a book, it'll be online. In full in English, without filters.
You weren't considering putting this in a book and trying to sell it, were you?
You see,
It's already available online. That's where ChatGPT's got it from.
you're not going to release a book. It will be for you to read. So the same kind of material that once required private commissioning, that doesn't end discussion, it starts the discussion. You can't start the discussion until I finish this. You'll be guessing.
What?
Batch 1 is now complete. Batch 2 is coming. Thank you for
But you've been discussing it for the last 20 years.
taking this serious enough to
Like, all he can do is spiel. Oh, it's going to be this. We can sell that. I'll do this. It's got fantasy, but he's never got the full product at the end. He's never managed to follow through. Because he's fantasy land. Because he's a narcissist who lives in a fantasy land. Look at the background.
Sit with me. You don't have to sit with me. You can read it in your own time. So that's what it is.
And do you know what's worse? Is it's not a fantasy land of his own creation. It's a fantasy land of like distorted perceptions forced upon him when he was young and broken or something. Like it's an amalgamation of tropes he's seen off the telly. Like it's not even his own actual fantasy land.
Now we understand. I will begin. This is batch 1. This is page 67 to 76. Final lock master. Let's get it up so you can read it with me. Everything's above board here, guys.
Apart from you, Alan.
I've got to share the screen with you. 1 second.
Drinking warm water
Ooh.
with cinnamon
I
before
told you we
bed
get
eliminates
Google
its
gives you these
parasite from the pancreas and
adverts
resets blood sugar levels
that are there
in
for
reverse.
the people who are stupid.
Green. No, she can't. There you go. I know it's small lighting, but those of you with big TVs will be able to read it. But I want it there so you can read it in your own time. You can study it in your own time. The main thing is I'm going to read it.
So it's a PDF, so they could just download it because you could give it to them, or like I said, it's probably already available on the internet in other this is just a re-amalgamation, isn't it, of stuff that's already there. So like how witness statement Fiona Elaine Payne, that's going to be a statement that she gave, probably in English, that was then translated to Portuguese, might even be in English in the files, and that, Jane Tanner's witness statement, it's already out there on the internet. You're saying we can't talk about Madeleine McCann until we've seen your ChatGPT go on the internet, find it, and put it in this folder so you can look at it again. This is fully nuts. It shows how thick Alan really is. Not to be rude or whatever, but it's thick. It shows how he thinks this is a good enough this is going to work as a grift. Grifters seem to like other grifters. I've seen that going on. They don't they spot each other in the wild and they think, there's another one. Oh, we're both doing a grift. Oh, we'll help each other or some shit. But not even the grifters think that. They're not even going to copy Alan on this one, are they? They copy him on putting on court TV, don't they? Or the news. Let's just play someone. They don't copyright this material. I'll just put it on. If they didn't copyright the Olympics, they'd have the Olympics on now. You come and watch it on my channel instead of the BBC. It's marginally worse. You can join in the chat. Alan's just low, isn't he? So these are witness statements, and it does beg the question: why is batch 1, volume 1, start at page 67? And it says it here, contains the complete faithful English translation of volume 1, pages 67 of the Policia Judiciary Investigation files, compiled directly from the public translations in this project. No edits or substitutions are to be made to this file. No edits or substitutions. Are you saying no edits to what you've put together in the file, or no edits to the original documents? They're compiled directly from the published translations. It says it on the screen. So what Alan's going to do 20 years later is reread what already existed for 20 years and try and blag you that he's just turned this out himself. It's money for old rope of the highest order, because it's the same. It's like me taking a 20-year-old fucking... Like, things that are 20 years old would actually age, like they'd be antiques. It's like me just giving you like a 20-year-old box of crisps and being like, you know, here's a box of crisps. You've never had these before. I've been eating crisps for 20 years, mate. No, these are new. They have been out for 20 years, but I've just made a new set that's just exactly like the old set, but it's new. Trust me, it's new. It's not ChatGPT's just gone in the old storeroom and bought out a box of crisps from 20 years ago, and you think I'm going to pay you to eat them? You're a fucking nut. It's the same files. Compiled directly from the published translations in this project. Compiled directly from the published translations. Published. Okay.
Now, you're not allowed to copy this and give it to McCann forums, all right?
Right, you can do what you want with it because it's already public. ChatGPT has copied it to give it to you, Alan. Like, they didn't want you. See, he's mentioning Lizzie in the forums. They didn't want him copying their forums and putting it on his YouTube channel and his Patreon behind a paywall. I don't think they'd have minded the YouTube channel, even though he was getting AdSense and super chats. I don't think that they would have thought it was distasteful. But he put it behind a paywall on Patreon as well. He took it and he tried to sell it. Now he's telling them they can't sell this. It's made of their work, Alan. It's their work. It's already on their forums. That's where ChatGPT got it from.
This is strictly my study group and my translation, not to be shared.
It says it on the screen that it's not your translation. It says it on the screen that it's come from their study group.
With some of the McCann groups, they hate my guts, so I'm not going to share it with them. You're welcome to join it if you're in those McCann groups. You're welcome to come and join the discussion. I have no filter against the people that are terrible to me, call me all sorts of names, making money out of Maddie. I think all that's gone now, isn't it?
What did I tell you? From the minute I saw this on his... What did I tell you? Straight away. Why is he doing this? It's about Lizzie. The man can't move on. This isn't about Madeleine McCann. It's about a woman on the internet made him look stupid. Because he was a liar and a thief. So she exposed the truth. Not like me trying to make him look stupid by ridiculing him. Actually, I don't just make him look stupid by making a stupid, he's stupid ridicule. I actually break down what he's doing and explain it. So, how are you going to spend a year reading out Lizzie's documents, pretending that they're in some way new, even though it says on the screen that they're Lizzie's, in inverted commas, Lizzie's, anyone who worked on it back then, the translations, their documents. It says it on the screen. Are you going to do this for a year to sort of get something out of your system? You think ChatGPT is vindicating you in some way? Alan, you're making yourself look so stupid. It's a never-ending cycle of buffoonery. But I don't know why you would put it on the internet. At this point, I thought you'd have at least learned to keep this shit private. Like, twatting around. I mean, you couldn't imagine what the worst things he does in private, could you though? Like, imagine the stories they've got about him on the forums, on the dark web. No, imagine I kind of feel like I want to say I despair. I feel like I don't want to watch. Obviously, I'm not going to watch him read all this out. Let's skip to the end where he's not reading it out anymore. No, let's listen to what he says here about the Lizzie people first, and then we'll skip to the end.
Anyway, to McCann forums, all right? This is strictly my study group and my translation, not to be shared with some of the McCann groups. They hate my guts, so I'm not going to share it with them. You're welcome to join it if you're in those McCann groups. You're welcome to come and join the discussion. I have no filter against the people that are terrible to me. Call me all sorts of names, making money out of Maddie. I mean, this
is ridiculous as well, because he's blocked every single one of those people over the years, hasn't he? So they're welcome, but they're all banned. Well, mind you, this isn't his YouTube, so I suppose they could find their way onto Rumble. They don't want to. They don't have accounts. Nobody does. It's Rumble.
Well, that's gone now, isn't it? Anyway, this document is finally locked. So the translation. So here we go. We got page 1, witness statement of Fiona Elaine Payne. And then after that, we're going to get on page 73, witness statement of Jane Tanner. So that's tonight's show.
Brilliant. The witness statements from 20 years ago, starting at page 67.
Okay.
Is it dawning on you? I wonder, Tuan, because I don't think Alan reads these things. Like, I think he thinks this is a good idea, gets it set up, and then sits down and starts reading and thinks, well, this is strange. Now I'm reading it out. It doesn't sound like a good idea. You know, I don't think is he now realising maybe that this is the worst idea he's possibly ever had? Like, painting is better than this. At least you were copying Gacy's painting. You were copying someone else's painting. People suggested one of your family members was doing the painting, but at least it was an original composition of painting. Like, I took it to be his. This is someone else's work again. But worse than that, ChatGPT has took it and tried to make it look like it's more modern.
So, Fiona.
And you're doing it explicitly mentioning the people whose work it was that you stole, and the chip they have, and the bee in your bonnet, and like this is somehow like going to make it all better, but it's just doubling down. It's just worse. Lizzie's going to be even more angry now, and she's on YouTube and you're not. So she's going to do another one, I expect, and fair play to her. I fucking hate them. I'm bored of them. But if she wants to do it, you know, if she wants to fucking climb Mount Everest, I'll get her some walking sticks and let her go. It's up to her. She wants to do another video on this, another stream. Go ahead. If you get another chance to interview one of his mods, don't just get stuck on this though. Ask all the other questions. Too late for that. Everyone hates me. They don't hate me, they hate Alan. I'm not... Like with this guy and the other people, like, you know, all the bad people that I've talked about, all of them, I didn't make them do the things. Obviously they lost their tempers sometimes and they did things, but I didn't make them do anything. They do it because they are just idiots. They've been into grifting all their lives. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. I'm sorry if it makes you angry inside and if you're on their side and stuff, you know, but you know it. And okay, you might have to defend them, and you know, but you know it. And oh, Scott's a wanker because look, he's talking in a posh voice. You know it. Yeah? So if they're a grifter, it's what it is. I've got a different code, that's all. Like, you know it. You know it. Grifting. It's sad. It's not my fault. If I don't call them out, the next person they bump into on the streets of YouTube will call them out. They will never not be called out. It will happen all their lives. It will go all the way from their fucking next door neighbours to the people at the fucking shops, whatever. Like, they'll always have problems with people because they're problem people. Alan hasn't learned from day one of being on whatever the fuck he was on with his Madeleine McCann stuff to now. And I expect it is 20 years down the line, like he says. He's still picking a fight with the same people over the same content. This time it's even worse, like I say, because it makes him look even more stupid. It says it on the screen that it's not your translation. And like maybe in his mind he believes that ChatGPT has translated it all. Maybe he thinks that. Somehow he's managed to miss it saying it on the screen, even when he's read it out. So I don't know. Don't know what's going on in his head, really. I know he's lying. You know, I know he's always lying, trying to grift things. Oh, I did all this work. He didn't do all the work. We know he didn't do any work. I know he didn't do any work. You know, he knows. The audience know. Everyone knows he didn't do any work. Even if he has got this document translated, it's not work. It's copy paste translate, isn't it? So it's not work.
Who decided to travel to Portugal at the suggestion of the tour operators, as it was the deponent who arranged this trip. With regard to the days spent in Portugal, she explains that they were spent in very similar way each day.
It's too easy.
She explained
It's too easy. Busting Alan is too easy. Just like that, you know, a lot of them.
that her family composed of her husband.
It makes me wonder whether I need to do it, you know? Obviously it's funny.
We've got a long way to
This one's not so funny to me because, like I say, it's everything that he's ever done that's bad. Just let's go back to square one and start again. Like, not let's go start again on a case. It's not let's go start again on a case. This is a narcissist so desperate for attention that the bad attention he used to get is now he's drained. Okay, so we're at a point where his normal stuff that he likes to get attention for is so dead that he's now turning back to his trolls and sort of poking them with a stick and angering them to try and get their attention. Do you see what I'm saying? This is Lizzie bait. So God help Lizzie if she does make another video, he'll watch every fucking minute of it, and then in his fucking twisted mind, he's back on YouTube somehow. Because that's where he really wants to be. If he's not going to be there, he wants someone else there talking about him. He wants the old days back. Whatever it is, it's so fucking weird to do this. That's where I started on it when I watched his TikTok, isn't it? Look, when I saw this.
my first
When I saw this video, Alan Vinicum is not a paedophile. I couldn't say he was a paedophile on the internet. After watching those videos, when Alan Vinicum.
case ever in true crime was poor little Maddie McCann lost.
So I can't believe 4 days ago
Is
he's
it?
decided to say that he's going to do all the translations, knowing this video might as well be called the Lizzie's Facebook group files. That's what this should be called, because that's what's going on in his head. Do you know what I mean? Like, let it go, Alan. You were wrong, Alan. Like, I'd understand if Lizzie had like wronged him in some way. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've got a vendetta against someone because they've legitimately wronged you in some way. Yeah? And like, you know, one day they're going to get theirs and it's going to be called karma, but it's going to like, it's not just karma, is it? It's going to be like, you know, full on. Like, they're going to get theirs, yeah? Like, this isn't that. He wronged them. I just... it's all this time later. He wants to bring it up. If he's got new people coming in, he's forcing them to ask the question, who are these Facebook people? Why do they hate you? How come 20 years ago you had a row with them over the use of these files? They might start searching YouTube for Alan Vinicum, Armchair Detective, Madeleine McCann Study Group. And then what will they find? In fact, let's find out. There's Fit of Crime, bless her. You know, she knows what she's talking about with Alan.
Hey guys, I just had to interrupt my own run, A, because I'm exhausted and unfit, and B, because I made the mistake of trying to watch 5 minutes of Alan Vinicum talking utter rubbish again. So he's on the McGanns, right, and, so everything that comes out of his mouth is the same old rubbish. It's a person who just sort of paints with a paintbrush the size of a sort of oak tree, just broad strokes. Colin Sutton and me, Colin Sutton was following me, fact, Colin Sutton was following me, I wasn't following him, and he wanted to get in contact, and he contacted me, and we did a show together, so now, you know, he says, and then he says, and I'll...
What it is if you've got a brain, then you can see through him, and she's got one, and she can. So, good old Fit of Crime walkie-talkie. Yeah, that's been a little... Alan watch. I will put that on YouTube. I got a little bit eggy, and I might go through it and just edit out some of the like offensive language, because I'm not. I get pissed off with some of the dickheadery. I don't suffer fools gladly, the buffoonery, and he's a very bad person who's done some horrific things, like morally. Yeah. So I do get a bit eggy, but I'm not here to say he's a smelly fatty or anything like that. That's not my angle. My angle is analyse his behaviour and the things he's doing and say why they're bad in direct contradiction to him saying they're good. Isn't it? It's like he's one thing and I'm here to critique it, like a critic. Or if it was in court, like legal or whatever, the defence and the prosecution, I'm the prosecution and his defence is already, like his defence is my prosecution. I call Alan Vinicum, I'm showing you the evidence of what he's doing on his stream, thanks. So, he put it up on the screen. He said it. It's going to be the work he's doing is compromised of the work that has already been done 20 years ago, put through ChatGPT. And he thinks that should be worth his patron money. And he's doing it because he's got a cob on about Lizzie, still. And he thinks it's an adequate grift for a year's worth of content. Is what it is, isn't it? If he's going to do that, I'm alright to say that's bad. Part of the continuing and someday ending story of Alan Vinicum. You be good, and if you can't be good, you're naughty.